Hello, my name is Austin, and this video is to show you a little bit about our battery that we'll be releasing. The brand name is going to be called Sunfun Kits. We are currently working on iOS and Android software so that you can control and monitor your battery, including adjusting settings. To begin with an overview, the outside case is an ABS case. It includes handles for easy transport and it has a negative and positive terminal. There are 4 screws that keep the lid on top. This can also be sealed with silicone, so if you would like a more of a watertight seal, it can be done. It could still be removable as long as you don't use permanent silicone. That allows you to have a water-free, dust-free battery setup. There are rivet bolts on the side that help keep the plates and cells in place. These also have waterproofing sealant added before they're inserted. So next, I'll take the cover off to show you how it is on the inside. Okay, now that we have the cover off, let's go over a little bit of how the battery's internals are. The battery is held in place with 2 heavy-duty 3D printed plates. It consists of a top plate as well as a bottom plate. The top plate houses a BMS. This is a 4S 150 amp continuous rated BMS. It has Bluetooth capability, so it can be controlled with an Android or an iOS phone. We're currently working on the phone interface software. We should have that ready sometime by early June, late May. The entire system uses 6 gauge American welding and battery cables. Each wire is rated for 75 amp continuous and is pure copper. The lugs are also pure copper tinned. So it is capable of providing at 150 amps continuous. However, I recommend, and the way it comes from the factory, it will be set at 100 amp continuous discharge. Should you want, if you get the kit option, you can change it for up to 150 amps. So now we're going to take off the top plate to show you how the bus bars and other things are set up. Alright, so we removed the 4 screws that are in the 4 spaces, and we can take the BMS plate off. And with the BMS plate off, there is a temperature sensor on the bottom. This is the main plate that keeps the cells in place. There's an aluminum block on each of the sides of the battery, as well as EPO foam insulation and support for each side. It keeps the battery cells very secure. They do not move. This plate has been tested for up to 150 pounds. To give you an example of the plate, here's how it's constructed. It's 100% infill PLA plastic. It includes blast inserts so that you can mount or dismount the top plate as needed. The BMS plate is also 100% infill. It is insulates the terminals from the battery. We will be giving people Kapton tape, and our assembled version will have Kapton tape placed on each one of the bus bars for added security. And again, the cells are available individually from us at one time soon. And what you can do is, if you'd like, and you already have cells, you can purchase just the kit and supply your own cells. It's currently compatible with the Eve 280 amp cells as well as the Lyshyn 272 cells. We'll be releasing different plates for different cell configurations in the future, such as possibly an 8S 120 amp cell configuration for people wanting to run 24 volts. So now we'll go ahead and reassemble, and I'll show you how it is completed again. So reassembly just takes very simple. Place the Raise the top plate, and then just secure it back with the 4 bolts. And then we'll go and proceed to put the top on next. Just to give you an idea, the way it's secured is you will basically put bolts and they will thread from the bottom up to the top. And once there, you secure in with some M8 nuts. And it's very easy to do. Actually, one-hand operation. You can just hand tighten them, and once the bolt is exposed, it's easy to get on top and then just thread it out all the way. So a little difficult to do with one hand with the camera, so I'll go ahead and complete this. With the nuts threaded in, bolts threaded in, just put some 2 nuts on, and after that, it's a very simple setup where you simply put the screws in the holes into the threaded insert and just bolt them in. Again, the final version of it will have countersunk screws, so they'll be flush with the top of the case. This is like I said, just our prototype where we're just using butt head screws. As you can see, 4 screws is going to be plenty to keep it tight. But again, if you did want a watertight seal, you can put some silicone, like just standard silicone you get from Home Depot, and that should actually create almost a complete watertight seal. So down. Now, if you buy our fast assembly kit, all these holes and stuff are drilled out for you, so you don't have to figure out aligning them. If you buy just the standard kit, we'll give you instructions on where to drill, and it will include the plates, so you simply will have to go in there and drill them out with a about a 3/16 bit, and that should allow you to get it in there. So hold on. So yeah, once it's tight, you can see the perimeter, it's nice and sealed. So you have a basically battery ready to go. I'm just gonna give you an overview of the plates so you have an idea what it is. This is our second prototype plate. The final plate actually has a small flap here to make sure all the terminals are fully covered. And again, this is printed in PLA plastic, 100% infill, extremely strong. We've done tests. It can easily support 150 pounds. It's got a perimeter all around. In the future, we may have an injection mold version of this, possibly a machine version of this, but for now, this should be fine. The batteries are very secure. It's been measured down to 0.1 millimeter so that the gap is not there. The cells will not move. And I've done some testing on it on really bad roads here in Louisiana. It's been flawless. The BMS is rated. You can support 4 of them, so you can have 48 volts. They are able to handle up to 48 volts. Actually, even more, but 48 volts is what we're going to say should not exceed. And thank you for spending the time, and I look forward to your comments and see what we can do to, if there's any suggestions we want to have before we go into full production, we'll try and incorporate those in. Thank you.